I'm interested in this game for all the wrong reasons. Let's address Purdue. Getting a new coach. Anytime you get a new coach, it's kind of exciting. I'll say it's very exciting because you never know what's going to happen, what the future holds. It's a lot of excitement for the fan base. But when you look at this current roster, when you look at the Purdue media or the media that's in the state of Indiana, a lot of them have been talking about guys that have entered the transfer portal, and that's always going to happen when you have a transition. We don't know who's going to be there, who's not. But one thing I'm interested in is Drew Brees. He had a press conference for this bowl game. I think he is going to. I think Drew Brees can be a really great coach one day, and I think obviously he's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. So I think Purdue, they're going to have a lot less controversy versus when you're looking at LSU. LSU, if you've been on the internet, you see a lot of rumors about they went to Atlanta because they made the SEC championship game coming out of the SEC West or winning the SEC West. They go to Atlanta. And while they were in Atlanta, this is all alleged allegations that, you have players and staff take part in things that are very, very inappropriate. That your coaches, your alleged coaches, alleged players, and alleged personnel that you have for recruiting should not be participating in together. And it's being reported that some of these guys are terminated. That the woman, we don't know with the woman, that she may not be on the team anymore. We don't know what's going to happen with some of the higher ups in terms of a part of the LSU football program. We haven't had Brian Kelly address any of this. We don't know if any of the coaches have been terminated. I don't think Brian Kelly's going to address it. I think maybe if this is true, LSU. This is probably going to be internal. I don't think in the NCAA, they can't do anything about this. This is more of a LSU-led thing. But, when you go to a championship game, I think you should be a lot more focused on trying to defeat your opponent, which was the Georgia Bulldogs, and partaking in things together that are not appropriate, especially, staff and personnel along with your players should never, ever happen under any circumstance. So I'm interested to see how LSU addresses that. If that's true moving forward, I don't know. It's all allegations. But it's going to be on Brian Kelly to have those guys ready to play, and I think it's going to be very, very telling in the first quarter. This is going to be a very interesting game. What Purdue team? And then we got to forget, Purdue, they are the spoil makers. If you have a ranked number by your name, they turn up. They turn up and they show out, especially if they're not ranked. Which Purdue team is going to show up? You never know. From each week, I never know what Purdue team is going to show up. They like to pull upsets. So we'll see. This is going to be very interesting.